the whole country was waiting on DeKalb County in 2020. And then in 2022, same thing. Now, I know they have a new director of elections over there. And I think this was her first election. But it's no excuse.
It was about corruption and extortion. Does the conviction clear up the corruption that people think is going on in DeKalb?
I don't think so. This has been going on for a while. I think she's the third or fourth commissioner within the last 20 years to be, found guilty of a crime. That in itself is a culture that's systematically corrupt. I go on County Road and some of the houses is supposed to be a commercial district. They look like they were built, or not look like, they were built in the 40s and the 50s. Meanwhile, 2 miles away in DeKalb County, but the city of Atlanta, in the Kirkwood area, it looks like a whole new city. DeKalb County seems to be a place where you have to be connected or have these connections where it seems to be not above board. Secrecy.
What would make them want to be part of corruption?
Like I said, it's systematic. I think these things have been going on for a very long time. But if you don't have the best interests of the community at heart, which obviously a lot of these commissioners don't. And like I said, Sutton was at least the third or fourth person convicted. I don't know how many commissioners may be under investigation. We don't know. But definitely, the community is really not being informed of how bad it is. They have questions on why is this not getting done? Well, why is this not getting done? And other communities have decided not to be a part of DeKalb County, starting with Dunwoody.
So do you think that DeKalb County is innately corrupt from top to bottom, or?
I don't know if innately it may be the word, but definitely it's a culture of corruption.
What would it take to change that?
Change it, you need new officials. I see the community as worse because I grew up in that community. We're in the ultimate need of kids having positive activities to do. These gangs have become the activity. Instead of swimming, outdoor activities, field trips, things of that nature. Things that used to occur but don't occur anymore. The system is set up where people can't voice their opinions. And in a lot of situations, they don't know how. And I don't know, over the last 20 years or so, the leadership and the direction of the county has really gone down. You got all these places that have incorporated that are doing better than they were when they were part of the DeKalb County government. So we have to ask ourselves, these people that we're electing that look like you and me, they're supporting other people getting cityhood, but not supporting the people that have supported them. I think it needs to be an investigation. Me personally, it saddens me when I see these news reports saying that the county's budget or the way they do their finances are so bad that they can't even do an audit. Like, you can't do an audit. That's the main problem. People need to lose. People need to be fired. We need to find out where this money's going. That's ridiculous for a county government not to be able to perform an audit. So if you can't perform an audit, you don't know where the money's going. But like I said, the systematic culture of corruption has been going on so long I don't know. I guess the people that haven't been caught, either they're innocent or they're smarter than everybody else. But it wouldn't surprise me if somebody else goes down. I'm a businessman. I mean, just tell me who to pay. It shouldn't be a Republican, Democrat, Independent issue. It's just like, I have a suit against Brad Raffensperger. Right now, it's still going on. And I want to say this, and I hope this gets on. I ran as an independent in 2020, right? And when you run as an independent, you're running for to get on the ballot in the general election. Okay, I ran as a state representative, my first time running for any type of office or anything. And the ironic thing, when I was putting in my notice of candidacy at the downtown at the Secretary of State's office, the election office, somebody kind of told me, man, you probably want to pick a political party. I was kind of naive to the process because they said, well, you just got to get 1,700 signatures from the people in your district. I worked harder then than I did when I ran for the DeKalb County Commission, and I didn't even get on the ballot because fraudulent activity that happened to me that I could prove. Mm-hmm. And I want people to know that's why you don't see independents on the ballots in Georgia, because you have to go out and do a lot of work, and it's pretty much near impossible for it to be done. That's why you only see Republican and Democrat. And the Republicans and the Democrats, speaking as a person in my community on a local level, and probably at this point even a national level, are not going to be the change that you need to fix stuff that's going on. So whether it be the school system, abortion, housing, financial investment in the community, these political parties have an agenda. So if you voted for an independent candidate, which you probably won't see because it's very difficult to even access the ballot, they would be more in line for what you wanted them to do. These other people, they may tell you these things, but they have to follow the people that's giving them the money.
Exactly.
And in my day, and still, I think you call these people sellouts.
Well, in most elections, people that have the money are primarily Republican. And those people give money to both Democrats and Republicans. So whoever wins is going to be more than likely controlled by that person who's giving them the money.
You have to think about the people that you're putting in these offices. It's cool, get the free smoothie, free chicken sandwich, food box. The guy might show up to your church and give you a donation. But you gotta look at the big picture. Gotta spend the $700,000 somewhere that he's been given. You have to start supporting candidates that have your best interest in mind. Or else, you gotta stop complaining. Instead of summer camp, we got gangbang school. Instead of the roads being paid, we got contractors getting rich, getting kickbacks. Instead of investment in communities that need the money, we're giving the investment to communities that already have the money. And make it make sense.
Thank you, brother. And thank you for joining us for another episode of South Metro TV. We'll see you.